Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Astra Microwave Products Limited Q1 FY23 earnings conference call. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. S.G. Reddy, Managing Director, Astra Microwave Products Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Aman, and good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you to this post-results earnings call of our company. I am with my colleague, Mr. M.V. Reddy, Joint Managing Director, and SGA, our Investor Relations Advisors. The results are taken on record at today's Board of Directors meeting, and the results in the investors' presentation are uploaded on our company website and stock exchange. I hope you had a chance to look at it. As you are aware, we are in this business for the last 30 years, supplying RF and microwave components of systems and systems for defense, space and communication, meteorology and hydrology. We have always tried to, and with steady progress, climbed up the value chain from subsystems to a high value-added systems company as of today. On this call, we would like to outline some of our product lines for greater understanding of our capabilities and expertise. We begin with our core area, that is the radars. We have the capability to provide TRMs for active phase array radar. We are adept at designing and developing all kinds of radar subsystems like power amplifiers, receivers and exciters, filters, synthesizers, converters. In the area of signal processing and radar data processing, we are in concurrent IP with other companies. You would be delighted to know that your company is developing radar systems like shipborne radar, coastal surveillance radars, anti-drone radars, ground penetration radars, telemetry radars, instrumentation radars, etc. We enjoy joint IP rights with the DRDO labs for MMIC products for radars and other communication systems. The other area for expertise in defense segment is electronic warfare. We have been supplying various kinds of EW subsystems and components, such as direction finding receivers, passive homing head for RF seekers used in NGARM, jammers, filters, amplifiers, receivers, etc. And we have delivered EW systems and components to programs of Indian Air Force, Navy, and Army. Another area in defense is the telemetry. Astra has been supplying various subsystems for telemetry applications such as S-band FM transmitter, airborne RF transceiver, ground up-down converters, C and S-band switch antenna systems, telemetry tracking systems, etc. Astra has been supplying various key microwave components and subsystems for ground and space-based payload applications. In addition to the above, we have the capability to provide required microwave electronics for launch vehicle subsystems for private sector players. We are also present in SATCOM and MSS terminals for communication during disasters. In the guided weapon segment, we have taken up the development of tetra-hedge proximity sensor with the DRDO, which is an advanced version of proximity sensor for guided weapons. Our expertise and capabilities in these areas which I have spoken about, puts us in an envious position to partake a major stake in upcoming defense programs like Light Combat Aircraft, AATRU for APS EJ, AAAU for Uttam ASA radar, AAAU for AVAX, and many more. We take pride in being one of the few companies in India, except Defense PSU, which has the capability of designing, developing airborne radars for fighter jet platforms. We expect to be the beneficiary for Uttam airborne radar for LCA Mark 1, which is currently being tested. We have been supplying wing profile radars, Doppler radars, automatic weather stations to IMD, and we are one of the few companies in India which has the capability of designing and developing these radars. With our persistent efforts for business mix is also evolving. Space and meteorology, which combinedly contributed about 7% of our total revenues in financial year 22, will constitute about 16% of the order book as of January 2022. In the last 5 years, Astra has grown at a CAGR of 20%, and we are confident that in the coming years we will continue this stride as macro environment for the defense sector is very positive. On the back of our deep domain expertise, we are able to create a solid diversified order book of about 1,663 crores, which is executable in the next 12 to 30 months period. During Q1 FY23, we have received orders worth about 253 crores. Now, coming specific to the standalone financial performance for the company for the Q1 FY23, our revenues are about 161 crores, which is a growth of about 34% year on year. Gross margins saw a small reduction from 39% to 35% due to increase in material costs. EBITDA stood at about 25 crores, which is a growth of about 15.4%. The company reported profit after tax of about 11.4 crores, which is a growth of about 18% year on year. In terms of geographies, Indian exports are about 61. Indian market is about 61%, whereas exports is about 39%. With this, I open this floor for question and answers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on the touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may please press star and 1. Thank you. The first question is on the line of Rahul Jain from HNI Invest. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon. Firstly, I would like to thank you for an excellent presentation. Now, I would particularly want you to clarify some numbers you've mentioned on slide 30 of your presentation. So you've mentioned that the business potential of Astra Micro is around 14,500 crores till FY28. I just wanted to check how certain are we of the execution, and is this business potential over and above the existing order book of 1,600 crores?
Yeah, Rahul, this will be taken by Mr. Amireddy.
Yeah, Mr. Rahul, as we mentioned earlier, though we talked about for the 3 years, next 5 to 6 years, the total outlook, business outlook, it appears to be that we have a fairly good potential of, close to 15,000 to 18,000 crores of orders, which are, likely to come in our domain expertise. So in that, I would say close to 8,000 crores, we can say with 100% probability we can get these orders. In that, the major chunk of business will come from the radar, close to about 5,000 crores, and then in electronic warfare, about 1,000 crores, and missile and telemetry put together around 1,000 crores, and space and meteorology put together around 1,000 crores. So this is what the potential emerge for us in next 5 to 6 years.
This is in addition to the existing order book.
Yeah.
I think that is one of the clarification you have sought.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone who wishes to ask a question at this time, they may please press star and 1. The next question is on the line of Amit Shah from Ace Securities. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Sir, the gross margins have fallen from 39 to 35 year on year. So what are the major reasons behind the fall, and how do you see this trend going forward?
See, basically the gross margin, we have to get into very micro details to explain in detail, but in general, the fluctuation in gross margin is directly related to the product mix that is being executed on quarter. Okay. Therefore, it is not something which we have to really worry about. But there is a small effect of the FE changes that has happened in the first quarter. Maybe about 1 to 2% has contributed to that. But otherwise, it is not a trend to really worry about.
Okay, sir. Sir, and could you please elaborate on the order book within the quarter, and how does the pipeline look like for the remaining part of the year?
Yeah, for the first quarter, we have booked orders close to 280 crores. And in that, the defense segment is around 128 crores. And to precise, 77 crores from radar, and 34 crores from EW, and 17 crores from missile and telemetry, and 12 crores from the meteorology, 5 crores from the space sector. So all put together, it is around 282 crores. This is the order we booked in the first quarter. Going forward, from Q2 to Q2, we are expecting close to 400 crores. In this, from domestic, close to about 380 crores, and rest is export. In that, again, from radar segment, we are expecting to book 275 crores, EW about 85 crores, and missile and telemetry around 10 crores. So this is the broad classification of order book for the Q2. And Q3 and Q4, as of now, close to 250 crores are worth of orders are in pipeline, which probably we can book in Q3 and Q4.
And sir, these orders will get executed in how much period?
Usually we have delivery schedules of 12 to 24 months. So all these orders can be executed starting from Q2 of next financial year.
Okay, sir. And sir, lastly, sir, I had a quick look on the presentation, and we see some interesting additions to the products. So usually when you talk about the order book, you give some color on the kind of project that you are working on. So could you be able to give some details on this aspect?
Yeah, we are working on many projects, specifically last call where we did mention that we are going to execute this AAU for Uttam. So that has been completed and we have delivered successfully. So we are in the race of production. And similarly, for ITR, we said we will be delivering that PATM telemetry radar. So that also has been delivered. And few radars like PPTR for again PX, which is in advanced stage of completion. And these are all above systems what I have been talking. And the Doppler weather radar for IMD, we have completed the first contract of 10 members. And we have participated for tenders for the next requirement for the C and X band. And also we backed order for avalanche radar that is under execution now. And these are all systems. And as far as the subsystems are concerned, we have been working in various programs. So few of them are in development stage, and few are in the production. So all put together, I think whatever we have been mentioned in the last call, so it is in line with our guidance.
Understood, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to our participants, please press star and one if you wish to ask a question. Next question is from the line of Priyanka Shah from KK Advisors. Please go ahead.
Hello. Thank you for the opportunity, sir. I have few questions. So, sir, I'm wondering if any further capex is planned or required at your end to meet the growing order book, and what kind of capital utilization are we working on?
Yeah, we need a little bit of capex that was planned in the last year itself. It is continuing in the current year. In terms of the absolute number, in the present year, we are spending about 12 crores of capex.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Subrata Sarkar from Mount Intra Finance. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, this is regarding your business potential till 2028, which you have given. So you have given like radar and counter drone systems potential of 8,000 crore. So can you just give a ballpark breakup of that, like how much will be radar and how much is counter drone or anti-drone system?
Yeah, see, that radar subsystems is about 2,500 crores, and AAAU and systems put together we have taken around 5,000 crores. This is the potential what we see in next 5 to 6 years. And then counter drone systems we have taken about 5,000 crores, and these are all major parts of the radars. So in this, as I said, out of 12,000 crores opportunity, we are confident of booking 5,000 crores with 100% probability. And the rest, we have a 30 to 50% probability as we have competitors in that segment. And in EW, we have close to 2,000 crores visibility for next 5 to 6 years. So in this, like programs like Shakti, Dhara Shakti, Dolphin, Varuna, Nayan, Himshruti, and Himshakti all put together is about 2,000 crores opportunities are there for next 5 to 6 years. In this 800 crores, we are confident of booking with 100% probability, and the rest we have competition, so we can take it to 30 to 50%. As far as the missile and telemetry, we have programs like Akash 1S, QRSAM, Astra, and Akash NG. In all programs put together, with a visibility of close to 3,000 crores. In this, we have taken about 1,000 crores with 100% probability, and the rest with 30 to 50% probability. These are all in defense sector, and the rest all in space and meteorology. To put together about close to 1,000 crores, we have a potential to book orders.
Perfect.
I hope I answered your question.
Yes, sir. Sir, regarding counter drone, sir, I have two questions. And like, as of now, have you owned any anti-drone or counter drone order? Number one, sir. And second, sir, if I would like you to comment on this. Like, what is the competitive landscape in anti-drone? Like, how many players are there generally in terms of whenever there is a bidding and all those things? Sir. If you throw some light on that market, sir.
Well, I don't go much details in that, but because last time, as I said, in last ending call, we have taken basic technology from DRDO, and we have optimizing the design to suit various applications. To that extent, I think we are progressing well. Probably, I think next in 4 to 5 months, we should be in a position to demonstrate our model to the various users.
Okay, sir. So as of now, sir, like it will take another 5 to 6 months to demonstrate our model, sir.
Yes, yes.
Perfect. Sir, just one follow-up question on the I can recall like few quarters back on the Concall, we were contemplating the opportunity of like some fundraising for a new project or JV basically. So is that plan still on, or like we don't no more require that, sir?
Are you mentioning about any fund requirement for our JV?
Yes, yes. Sir, if you can recall, like few quarters back, we were talking about the possibility of like if we get into like a specific project or some other JV, then we may we were contemplating that we may raise fund at that point of time. So what I mean to say, sir, still we are like through QIP or some other sources. So are we like is that still open, or we currently do not need any fund?
Yeah, if I recollect correctly, we mentioned about a new product line introduction into our JV. This is
yes,
about electro-optics. This is the product line what we
yes,
talked about. And in fact, we are very happy to share with all of you that a fortnight back, we have signed an agreement with our JV partner. and this product will be introduced into the JV in the near future. But as of today, immediately no funds are required, and depending on how the project takes off, we have to take a call on that fund requirement at a later date.
Okay, perfect, sir. This is all for now, sir. I will be again in the queue. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Our next question is from the line of Bhavik Shah from MK Ventures. Please go ahead.
My first question is, are we still maintaining a guidance of 850 crores and 10% PBT?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's no change in, no upward or downward revision, right?
No.
Okay. And the second question is on the consolidated financials. So we have reported a PAT of around 8 crores in the consolidated financials. So is this loss on account of the JV which had which was break even in the last quarter? We were talking about JV being break even in this year, right?
Oh yeah, we mentioned that JV will break even in the current financial year, but in the first quarter still it is in red only. Yeah.
Okay. So what's the outlook there? Are we expecting it to break even or the losses will continue?
It will break even at the end of the financial year. Current financial year, the JV will break even.
Okay. And so, are we witnessing any execution challenges as quarter on quarter revenue has declined? So, is this due to some semiconductor shortages or what?
No, this is not due to the semiconductor shortages. There are some technical issues faced by the JV in executing but all those issues have been resolved now, and they will be exporting their first consignment very soon.
No, sir. I'm not on the JV, on the main business. I'm saying our revenue has declined quarter on quarter. So are we witnessing some execution challenges or what?
Revenues are not declined. In fact, whatever we have given guidelines in the beginning of the year, we have been maintaining the same. So first quarter we said about 150 crores. We have executed 160 crores. Similarly for Q2 we have given around 200 crores. So we are standing to that 200 crores. And Q3 and Q4 put together it is around 500 crores. So which are in in pipeline for execution. So I don't see any major challenges. Yeah, there is issues of semiconductors. That challenge is there throughout the globe. All companies have been facing this crisis, but we are managing. For the current year, we don't see any major challenges as far as for component shortage for the revenues are concerned.
Right, sir. And so, from this fixed asset, what asset turn could we have? What could be a maximum revenue potential from this the fixed assets we have? How much capex will be required to achieve the 2,000 crore order book?
No, I didn't get your question, please. I think your voice.
So I just wanted to understand, from the current fixed assets we have, what is the maximum revenue potential can we have? How much is the maximum revenue potential from the current fixed assets we have?
Yeah. We actually the infrastructure and capital equipment what we have, we can comfortably book revenue worth of 2,000 crores. Going beyond 2,000 crores, yes, we need to add more capital equipment into the company. That we have already initiated the plan. Probably we will come out with the action plan in a couple of quarters time. But otherwise, yes, whatever infrastructure we have, we can comfortably book revenue of 2,000 crores.
Okay. And so just last question, what is the net debt, debt and the cash figure as on June quarter end?
Again, your voice is not clear, but I assume that you are asking what is the cash position at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, cash and debt figure.
Yeah, long-term debt is about 18 crores. Working capital is about 100 crores. And the cash at bank, inclusive of the margin money for the deposits, is about 51 crores.
Okay, sir. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rahul Jain from HNI Investments. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi. I just had a couple follow-up questions based on your previous answer. answers. My first question is, the 8,000 crore that you said is certain from Astra's business potential. Could you just shine some light on what is our potential margin profile on this, and what can, be our bottom line from that revenue? And my second question is, we have a JV with Rafael. So could you just give a broad outlook on what can we expect from this JV, 4-5 years down the line, and what progress should we expect?
Yeah, I think in terms of the margins, it is too early to really talk about that. But otherwise, the general standard margins, what we are enjoying for the defense and aerospace industry, that we should be able to have. I would say that in terms of the gross margin, that is sales minus material cost, should be anywhere between 35 to 40%. That is how we look at it when we look at the number of that 8,000 crores business potential. Then coming to the JV, as you are aware, currently it is executing supply of SDRs, that is software-defined radios, for one of the Indian Air Force programs to Rafael. Going forward, it is working on similar software-defined radios for the Indian Army under a NCNC program, that is no cost, no commitment program. It is investing close to about $7 million or $8 million to come out with the product, demonstrate to the Indian Army, then get the product approved, then compete for the business. So that is a kind of cycle it is going through. This is likely to get the technical approvals, or a demonstration is likely to get completed by second half of next financial year. Then basing on how successful the product is, the company is going to bid for that business. Then thirdly, as we said a few minutes back, it has signed an agreement with its JV partner for the electro-optics business. This has a huge potential in the Indian market. Currently, it is being procured in the global market, but it is likely to be an Indian-specific procurement going forward. And therefore, the JV is preparing for competing for this business in the Indian market in the years to come. Therefore, it has a very good product line on shelf. Going forward, we have to see that how it is going to mature into the business.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Prabir Adhikari from Ratnabali. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. And first of all, thank you for providing this excellent presentation. So I have two questions. First of all, out of this 253 crores of order that you have bagged in this quarter, around 127 is from defense. So can you please tell us that what kind of order is this?
You want details of the orders?
Yes, sir.
See, in segment wise, I have already given.
I just want to know that the defense order, that 127 that you have bagged, from which program?
Yeah.
Which program is asking? Which program?
See, in this, the major orders what we have bagged is one, EW subsystems, that is from Shakti and Nayan program. There's about 70 crores plus. Then we have orders from DCX, that is basically for supply to ELTA. This is about 75 crores. Then we bagged orders from CAPS, that is space for Mark 1 Netra, that is band TRMM. There's about 7 crores. And we bagged one development contract from NSCL. This is something which we like to highlight here. This is basically to provide communication from submarine to the sea surface and to offshore. Though the order value is small, it's about 8.7 crores, but this has a huge potential. Once it gets through, then we can provide this kind of a communication to all submarines. Then also we have bagged order for mines from ARD is about 6 crores. Then we bagged order from meteorology segment close to about 15 crores. So these are all a breakup of various orders which we bagged in the first quarter.
Okay. So my next question is, you have an aspiration to be in the mini satellite market, and my understanding is saying that SSLV is very much correlated with this mini satellite market, and recently SSLV has been launched by ISRO successfully. So my question is, what kind of opportunity this SSLV program can bring to Astra, and is this over and above your existing space program?
See, we don't have much contribution in the launch vehicles. We only supply some components to the launch vehicles, but we have major contribution in payloads, satellite payloads. So we have been working on that. Our space group is working to make payloads for the communication, and also they are planning to get into remote sensing payloads. That takes time, but we are already started working towards that.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Our next question is on the line of Akshay Kothari from Envision Capital. Please go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity, sir. So in the defense segment, could you just elaborate what sort of orders it would be in terms of whether it would be production or development?
We have both mix of development as well as production.
As a part of our current order book, how much would be production and how much would be development?
You mean to say total orders what we have on hand?
Yeah, total orders. What percentage would be production and what percentage would be development?
Defense 30% of the maybe I think. See, from R&D, close to 300 crores in defense, and the rest all in production. Yeah, I think out of 1,600 plus crores, 300 and close to 350 crores are for R&D, rest all in production.
Okay. And so the new orders on the export side would be having gross margins of around 10%?
It's close to 8 to 10%.
Okay, so I could not understand. So is it because our capacities are unutilized that we are taking these orders, because they are at significantly lower than the domestic margins what we are making?
See, actually, we have taken this, we have booked these orders long time back, and of course, we are continuing the same projects. But, this is something like, where with the BTP, we do not have any risk in executing this contract, and the customer is providing the 100% cash flow, positive cash flow. So, and also with the infrastructure being provided by them, so we have been continuing to work on this, I think. But gradually we are coming out of this. So probably down the line, maybe after 1 or 2 years, as offsets business is getting shrink because of low priority by global. So we focus more on BTS now. Even in the export market segment, we have been discussing with many OEMs for BTS opportunities, and we are likely to close one deal maybe in few months, one of the US company and also which are in the advanced stage of discussions. So like that in future going forward, we are focusing more on BTS, build to specifications, where margins would definitely will be better. And yes, we are focusing more on indigenous, develop R&D programs. The offset business will go down as in next couple of years.
Okay. And I would like to congratulate you on the good order wins. But could you give some order misses which happened during the quarter, if there are any?
I didn't get you. Can come again?
So the orders which we were projecting in our pipeline would come to us, but it has gone to someone else. Were there any orders of that sort?
No, actually, see, as I said, we have always, we take, few contracts which are in competition, like with 30 to 50%, and which we are sure of getting, like, with 100% probability, so that always we project. Yes, this is 30 to 50% where we have in competition, few orders we lose and few orders we bag.
Okay. And so you talked about we have taken a technology for anti-drone from DRDO. So how does it go? Do we make some payment to DRDO for the technology, or we develop it together? What is the process actually?
See, there is a agreement terms, so we don't want to discuss the agreement terms. But as I said, we have taken this technology from DRDO, and we are building the system. Okay. And as I mentioned repeatedly, like we are optimizing that design to suit wider applications. So that is what actually we have been working on that, and in few months' time we will come out with our own product.
Okay, so this
At
technology.
least, there is no upfront payment too for the technology transfer.
Okay, and this has been exclusively provided to Astra.
No. That license was given to, I think, 6 companies.
Okay. Thanks a lot, sir, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Abhijit Mitra from ICICI Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for taking my question. So, just to understand, one of your competitors in your recent calls, they mentioned about 2 radars, scaled down version of space surveillance radar and ultra high frequency bandwidth radars, where the potential final products or projects can be each 1,000 crores. So did we participate? Were the margins sort of unfavorable to sort of compete? What were your thoughts as to why we couldn't be the L1 there?
In a competitive environment, like every company will have some strategy to bid and to get into that. Yes, we did participate in those tenders which you are referring. We lost it, and because the kind of margins where they bid for it, it is nowhere close to us. So maybe I think it's their strategy to bid for it, but for us it was not comfortable at all to bid for that particular margin.
So just to understand the margin profile here, what is comfortable margin profile for you for this kind of tenders? Is it 10%, 20%?
It all depends upon what are the programs like, what are the future potential, and what kind of products it will have, like production quantity. It all we take all those factors into mind while working out costing. It is not a fixed margin level where we operate and all. So it depends upon case to case, project to project, application to application. We'll have our own strategy to bid for it.
Okay, and then there was recent news flow of again project for development and realization for mobile radar hardware. Essentially, there also we could see your name and some very familiar competitors. So would this dynamics be sort of similar, or your bidding strategy are similar here? And I mean, how to look at this? I mean, these tenders, potentially this looks like big tenders, but
see, we do have big tenders. As I said, when given this projected the numbers, so these are all high potential big tenders for various programs. Like that, I have not gone to the specific of each and every program. When I mentioned about in radar domain, we have a clear visibility of 12,000 crores in next 5 to 6 years. So in that, we are very confident of booking 5,000 crores with 100% probability with various programs. So I'm not listing down all the programs which we are currently developing or we have already developed, which are in few of them in production and all. So, but this is certainly we can book 5,000 crores with 100% probability. And the rest, 7,000 crores, what we see the visibility in that, we may have to compete with 1 or 2 players. And there we took 30 to 50% the probability. So like that, we've been worked out, and I have given these numbers.
Got it. Got it. And just to understand this 5,000 crores which you have mentioned, this is, how is it spread out? I mean, is it concentrated across, say 6 to 10 projects, or there would be, say, at least 20 to 50 projects across which this 5,000 crores will come through? How is the concentration risk? I mean, how is the concentration risk? Is what we want to understand.
If a major chunk of business we are expecting in FY24-25, I think should give us 50% of it. Then balance 50%, maybe another 3-4 years. That is what actually as per today, because it all depends on the government. These are all government projects. It depends on the even funds availability, budget allocation, and program outlay. So all these factors also should consider. So I think that was the reason why I said that 5 to 6 years we should take this time frame. But a large chunk of business we can expect in FY24 and FY25.
In terms of order inflows, though, I was more asking about the number of projects over which this 5,000 crores is distributed. Is it fairly concentrated, say 5 to 10 projects, or is it like numerous number of projects, say 20 to 50 of over which this?
I would say 10 to 12 projects.
10 to 12 projects can give 5,000 crores of order inflow.
Yes, yes.
Where you are 100% confidence, where there are no competitors, essentially.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Great. Thanks. That's all from my side.
Thank you.
Thank you. Before we take the next question, I'd like to remind the participants to limit their question to 2 per participant. If time permits, you may join the queue for any follow-up. Next question is on the line of Ketan Gandhi from Gandhi Securities. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. You mentioned about entry into optoelectronics with the JV partner. Is it the existing JV partner or the new JV partner?
This is existing JV. We have added this product line into this JV portfolio.
That is a Rafael JV, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from Subrata Sarkar from Mount Intra Finance. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. So just a follow-up on these counter drone systems, sir. So I suppose, sir, apart from you, L&T, Adani, who are the other companies out of the 6 companies who have received this? And is this for soft kill only, sir? Is this for soft kill?
No. This is soft and hard kill, both. And this, apart from 3, I think there's actually, we should not name other companies in this our investors call. Better, I think, you get this information from DRDO. But there are about 6 licenses have been given, and this is both hard kill and soft kill options are there.
Okay. So just one clarification. These licenses are like on tap. What I mean to say, only these 6 companies will be eligible, or this is open? Anybody who additionally can apply and get get evaluated, sir.
I'm not sure what the DRDO policy, but that time it was selected 6 companies to give this license. But going forward, we don't know. When they may even consider in few companies can approach them and all. But as of now, I think only 6 companies got this license.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Jay Shah as an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Can you throw some more light on the progress on the submarine antenna front, and what can be the total potential in terms of its contribution to our order book? And if you can just let us know who all would be your competitors in this space, please.
Which project?
Submarine antenna.
Submarine, okay, submarine. See, it is a totally new development work we have taken with the DRDO. And this is in competition we won, and this timeline is within 14 months we should complete the development portion, and once we are through, I think as of today no one has this complete solution, I think probably if we can complete successfully, we will be the first one to make this communication from submarine to the sea surface, as far as the Indian companies are concerned.
And so what is the size of this order?
It is roughly about 9 crores for one system which we got in total, and future we have to see.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Prabir Adhikari from Ratnabali. Please go ahead.
Sir, thank you for the opportunity once again. I have two questions. I want to understand this structure of the system that you are developing, like Uttam LR MFR, where you are making AAA, which is roughly 60 to 70% of the entire system. So for the remaining 30%, will you outsource or will you integrate the entire system?
See, the AESA radar that the technology is given to HAL. So HAL is going to integrate, whereas our AAAU, we will be making complete total AAAU and we will be supplying to the production agencies like HAL. But otherwise, the radar technology as on today is being given to HAL. So HAL is going to build a total radar system.
Okay. So my next question is, you are also making TRMs for the long-range radar. Are these related to the long-range tracking radars having 600 to 800 kilometers range, which is called short fields? And if it is there, if it is so what kind of TRM is required for this?
I won't compare with that smart fish and all, but this is, yes, the range is, whatever you mentioned is correct. Around that range is being designed. And this is a TR module, L band, where we supply to DRDO.
How much TRM is expected?
How much?
How much TRM is expected in each radar?
I think your voice is breaking. Can you come again?
Is it possible to throw some light about the number of TRM is required for making each radar?
Okay. Quantity you are asking about. So I think the quantity is like, each radar will have close to, I think, 600. I'm not sure exact number, but I think it should be around 600 numbers.
Okay, great. That's all from my side. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that would be our last question for today. I now hand the conference back to the management for their closing remarks. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you everyone for joining the call. We hope we have been able to answer your queries. For any further information, request you to get in touch with SGA, our investor relations advisors. Thank you very much, and see you again at the end of second quarter.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Astra Microwave Products Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you all for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.